Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Seed and Sword podcast. Here with myself and my
here with myself?
Yeah, I was going to say my name.
For some reason that didn't sound
Myself and my beautiful wife. How's the day going?
Yeah, it's nighttime currently, and I'm super excited for bed. But
if you guys didn't already know, we always record this at night because our daughter's sleeping, so it's like the perfect time to kind of just jump on here and do this. But we wanted to make a brand new podcast for you guys because we haven't made one in a while, and we apologize for that. But as time has been going on and as we've been having these little breaks, God has definitely been doing new things in our walks. And I'm just excited to see where this goes and some other things that we're working on.
I know, there's been so many things that have just happened since we have last uploaded.
Yeah.
One of those being, I cut my hair very short. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see it's very short.
I love it as well.
It's great. I am so low maintenance with this hair. But anyway, and then what else happened? And then you announced your warehouse. You and Andrew announced your warehouse, which is so cool.
Just big news across the board, which is
a lot of stuff.
Pretty exciting. And like I said, we'll continue to share stuff with you guys as we figure them out and whatnot. But this episode is going to be kind of like off the cuff.
Yep.
We don't have any notes. We
have one Bible verse.
Yeah, we haven't really planned it out because in the past, not to say that our previous podcasts were way too planned out and whatnot, but we just want to keep things simple and really just have fun with it because life should be fun. And again, not to say what we were doing in the past wasn't fun.
We'll definitely, because we have plans in the future to interview people and...
Next podcast, by the way.
Yes, we will have some very fun stuff going on with that. And but for this one, we just kind of felt prompted to just go off the cuff.
Kind of like an improv one.
Yes.
But, so I guess I just wanted to start by saying that each and every one of you who is either listening to this or watching this has a very big purpose in this life and that you are so important and valuable. I don't know if anybody recently has told you that, but Brittany and I are here to tell you, yes, you, I don't care who you are or what you've done or what you've been through, you are important to this world. God has given you life, and therefore he has given you a reason to live, and you have something that you are going to accomplish that God has given you. And you might not know it yet, but I just wanted to start by saying that because I feel like not many people give that kind of truth often. Like the simple truths of, hey, you're important and you're valuable. Like, when was the last time, even speaking to myself, that you just said that to somebody?
Or even honestly, I know that sounds maybe selfish, but when was the last time you told yourself?
Ooh.
Whoa.
That's so good. Because I'm usually always about encouraging other people, but when was the last time that I told myself, hey, you are loved, you got this?
Yeah, because I just feel I don't know, for me, it's so much easier to love other people or put them before myself and encourage them, but it's why don't I tell myself that? So
But I know just based on the news and things I've seen recently, I don't know if you're going through a rough time right now or you might be having the best time of your life right now, but either way, this life has ups and downs, difficulties. And you need to know that just because you may make a mistake or you're in a circumstance that is out of your control, say your parents are getting a divorce, maybe you're going through a fight with your spouse or your parents or your siblings, maybe you just got in a car accident. One verse that has really affected me and my mindset and how I live my life is, I think it's Romans 2:28, which says, "For God works all things for the good of those who are called according to his purpose." Now, if you just think about that verse for a second, that to me, it speaks volumes. That God works all things for the good. Like, just think about that for a second. No matter what situation you're in, it might really suck right now for you. You might go through something that really sucks. But because that verse is true, God works all things for the good. That situation you're going through right now might be tough, but God's going to work it out for good. And I think Brittany and I both have situations in our lives where in the moment we're like, why am I going through this? God, where are you? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, I don't mean to laugh. I just feel
Relate.
I so relate to this. So keep going. Sorry.
No, I mean,
I wanted to explain why I was
can add
laughing
on
in
to
the
there, but
background.
I'm just saying, like, you guys have a testimony, and everything that you are walking through is a part of your testimony. If you guys listened to our last podcast, Brittany and I just recently went through legalism. A form of legalism where it was like controlling our lives and just really breaking us down. If you haven't listened to that, go listen to it so you can get a little context. But now, even though during that, looking back at it, I'm like, that's really a horrible situation. How did I do that? Why did I do that? I wish I didn't. But now I can relate to other people who are going through that, and I can help them and point them in a more better direction and help them. Whereas if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be able to do that. Can you think of like a situation like off the top of your head that you'd say it was really difficult in that moment, but now you can see how God is using it for your good and for his glory?
Oh gosh.
I'm putting you
I know.
on the spot.
Well, my whole life in general, I mean, like, I have definitely struggled with mental health. Like, starting when we got married. It was not because of Justin, but it was just like, like, I do say that, and I'm like, oh man, like, I don't want people to think that it's like, oh, like, our marriage was just horrible or anything, but it was just like, I thought that marriage was gonna, like, take away all my problems, and it was just gonna be the best thing ever, and then I realized that my problems were kind of, like, following me, and I'm like, oh no, I think that it's me. And so I struggled with mental health, for a lot of, like, I guess, like, just my high school, young adult life. And so I'm just, like, coming out of that, not recently, like, I would say I haven't, like, really struggled, with depression for a good bit. So
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus, yes. But, and then, yeah, the legalism was really hard. I think that was almost as hard as, like, the depression, because it just felt like, for me, and those of you listening who have struggled with depression, it feels like you are being closed in on all sides, and there's like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And for me, my body hurt physically, and there were so many times where I just wanted to literally give up, but I can't put the blame on myself or Justin that helped me. Obviously, Justin was an amazing husband and stayed by my side, and, like, by the grace of God, he's still with me. But yeah, I got through it because of God, but I definitely think that the legalism was almost as suffocating as, like, the depression was, because legalism tells you that you're not good enough, and
You need to work to achieve acceptance from God.
Mm-hmm. And so I didn't feel like I was good enough, and, like, who God made me to be was this creative mess. Like, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm like, this is why I don't get manicures, but I have, like, paint all over my fingernails and my hands, and I just got done painting right before this just because I was like, I need to talk to God, so I'm just gonna paint. But it was just, I don't know, I was just being told that I wasn't really good enough with how God made me to be, and it was like, you have to fit this mold, and this is kind of what a biblical woman looks like. And we kind of believed that, and so now
we're living a much freer life.
I'm painting again.
Yes. But you guys just know that we're promised trials and tribulations. Mm-hmm. It's a part of life. But I encourage you guys to look at those situations differently. Look at your struggles differently. Look at them as an opportunity for you to grow, because God is always doing things for our good. He wants us to grow to be more like Christ. So you're going to be put through a difficult time sometimes to grow your patience, make you a stronger person, a more confident person. So go into those situations with that different mindset of, you know what, I'm going to face this situation knowing that God is doing this for my good and that God is my rock, that you can't rely on your own emotions and your own feelings to guide your life and whatnot. So you
But
need
those
to know.
of you who like create with them, I feel like that's very hard. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can't. So for me, I have always said, like, I think I've mentioned this at least once on every single podcast, but I'm a number 4 on the Enneagram and I have all the feelings. I love to feel things.
And I don't as much.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And so, I feel like, yeah, that's just a balance of like,
Right.
it's such a strength, but it's also such a weakness at the same time. Like,
Everything's a balance. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know NF.
NF, the rapper.
Yeah. Would he be considered a rapper? He's a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Christian rapper.
And so he just came out with, what was it, just a single? Mm-hmm. And it was so good. And just all of his music is really good, but he creates off of his feelings. And so I think that's also like obviously it's such a strength because he's very successful. But in his last song, he talks about how much of a struggle it really is.
Yeah, the vulnerability was really cool to hear.
Yeah, so definitely go check that out if you know.
But speaking of creativity, we also wanted to address creativity and just talk about how important it is for each of us. So as we were talking about, like, each one of us are so important and we each have a purpose, but God has given you a unique talent and gifting in something that other people aren't good at. Brittany's good at something that I'm not good at, and I'm good at something that she's not good at. I love making people laugh. She loves
It makes me very uncomfortable.
exactly.
To make people
but she's
laugh.
great at, with like what she was saying with her emotions. She's really good at being there for other people and literally just being there and emotionally being there. Whereas me, not so much.
Well, you just like to, like feel
Right.
like happy all the time.
And there's nothing wrong with
Either.
you don't have to be good at everything.
Yeah.
So if there's something in your life that you love, go towards that and go after it because God has given you dreams. He's given you giftings, like we said.
And I feel like wherever you are in your life, if you feel like you're not able to like act out like what God has given you, like I would say like write down on a sheet of paper like all of your strengths that you feel like God has given you that are gifts, and then in the season of life just be like, God, like please help me use these, like
Yeah, that's really good.
and so I just feel like that came out of like nowhere. So I really think that is like would really work, and I need to do it for myself. But yeah, I think that'd
guys,
be really good.
You need to know that you're good enough and that you are good at what God has gifted you with. You are good enough because Jesus was good enough for us. We can never be good enough to work ourselves to heaven. But God loves us and loves you so much that you're good enough because of Jesus. So look at yourself, and you need to start speaking truth over yourself, what God has already spoken of in his word, that you are good enough, that you are loved, that you are worthy, that you are righteous, that you have the ability to do whatever God's put on your heart. So if there's a unique talent that you have, I'd say just go after it. If you're good at playing instruments, like put all your heart into it, and you don't always have to do everything to, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to have your Bible open with every creative gift you have. So if you guys watch my videos, we're not always just shouting, hey, we love God, or hey, here's a Bible verse in every video. That doesn't make me any less or more of a Christian if I'm doing that.
And you thought the opposite.
I know, I did think the opposite, but you want to know what changed it for me is this analogy. Me and Brittany, we are married. I'm not going around in public shouting to the world, everybody, I love Brittany. You need to know.
Even though I would love that.
No, you'd only love it for a minute. Guys, you need to know I love Brittany. I do this for Brittany. I've been doing this for Brittany. I haven't done this. Like, blah, blah, blah. Be like, okay, we get it. Like, but here's the thing. I can show the world that I love Brittany through my actions and through my everyday choices.
By staying
I don't have to shout to by staying
truthful.
exactly. I don't have to shout to everybody. I can just be like, in a public setting, be honest and be truthful and be loyal, like we were saying. And people are like, oh, he loves his wife. You can just tell.
Cool.
Same goes with God. It's like, I don't have to be shouting, I love God every second. He already knows that I love him, and he probably wants to hear it from me to him. He doesn't probably care as much as me being like, hey guys, I love God. He wants me to be like, what about me? I need to tell it to him. Hey, I love you, God. Like, thank you for what you've done for me. Obviously, so.
But if you do feel the need to do that, like with a box of chocolates, I would,
Just tell everybody that I love you?
No, just be like, hey, I'm going to go grab a box of chocolates for Brittany, and
Oh, I mean, I could
I'll
do
accept all chocolates. Even if we have this,
that. Girls love chocolates. By the way, chocolate is very healthy, not like the cheap chocolate.
I have him on this like health kick where I'm having him learn all about.
Shivers.
Oh my
You're
goodness!
doing my neck, sorry.
I like touched his neck and then he kind of freaked out. But anyway, I'm on a health kick. Not a health kick. I'm just researching because Justin and I have so many allergies and all kinds of things, and which let me just say, since I love health so much, here's a fun fact. I love health and I think it's so fascinating. And our diet, if you do struggle with mental health, look at your diet. Like, I am not certified in anything. This is just a friend giving like their own opinion. But
before we go any further,
yes.
I think you guys, like, this podcast, you're getting some sweet treats in this podcast.
Literally. I wish I was
talking about health, talking about
I wish
mental
I was
health,
getting some sweet treats.
literal health. Like, keep going about this health.
Okay. Well, yes. So anyway, I had Justin look into chocolate because I was like, it's actually really good for you because
you didn't actually have me look into it. I kind of just was listening to something.
Well, I told you.
And talked about
I told you. Do you remember?
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I did. But but anyway, so I would just recommend doing your research and like seeing, okay, like why do I feel so low? Like, how's my diet? And because God doesn't make junk. Like, we have like friends who have a business here in town and they make their business off of the fact that like God does not make junk. And so I love that, and I'm stealing that for right now. But like, I just feel like we need to be watching what we eat. And not like on a strict diet or anything, because our bodies like don't need diets, but we just need to be feeding it real food. So,
and we are by no means like perfect at this. Like, no, we obviously
had cookies last night.
Well, they're healthier cookies, but the point is, guys, if God made our bodies to function a certain way, and if you're just filling your body with garbage all day, no wonder why you're tired. No wonder why you're feeling down, is because that garbage messes with our brain.
It literally changes just the chemicals and just what am I trying to say? See, I'm not very good with like the words, but like it just changes the whole entire it changes like the chemistry of like your body. And so it's wild and it's very fascinating. So do your research.
Here's just a quick analogy. If you have a garden, this is Seed and Sword. We're gonna pull out all the garden analogies, okay? If you have a garden and you have all of these pretty flowers and plants and trees, and then you pull out some gasoline and you water the plant, you pull out some oil, motor oil, and pour it all over the plants, do you think those plants are going to flourish? No. So think about that when you're eating and you're drinking. So make small changes in your life, because it's the small changes that make the biggest difference, because a bunch of small changes added up make a big change. So we also are going to encourage you guys to eat healthier. Buy some more organic. Buy some more raw. Eat more veggies.
Oh, if you guys like, I love Dr. Axe.
And yeah, Dr. Axe is really cool.
Is really awesome. He's also a believer, which is like, it's not like a necessary like need, but he's just great. So yeah, and I find a lot of like my information through his website. So he's on Instagram, Dr. Axe, but then just look him up.
DrAxe.com. He has like information on everything.
On everything, and it's amazing.
So we're gonna leave all the health stuff to him. So
Yeah, just go
do some
search him.
homework. Go to Dr. Axe, check him out. But I think it's so important. And look, Dr. Axe is using his gifting of studying science and food, and he's benefiting the world.
He's helping so
He's doing
many
good
people.
for other people. He's done good for us. Like we drink his bone broth and collagen, and it's so helpful. So use your gift for good, to do good to others, and to glorify God. Okay?
Yep.
So, I mean, I think that's about what we wanted to talk
then
about. Oh, yeah, we had a question for you guys.
One question, yes.
If you guys are watching this right now, till this point, I just gotta silently applaud you because you've been sitting here for about 20 minutes listening to us, and I just gotta say, we appreciate you. But we have a question, and we want you to leave comments. If you're on the YouTube, leave some comments down below. If you're listening to a podcast, I don't think you can leave a review, but just go to the YouTube video and leave a comment. Brittany and I are going to, so this is happening, starting up our family daily vlog. So not like literally daily, but if you guys didn't know, Andrew and Mary have a daily vlog channel, quote unquote, where they vlog. It's just Andrew, Mary, and Barrett, and it's really cool. It's kind of cool to see like a separate side of like both of us or him. When it comes to we're always filming pranks and we're always filming together, so it's cool to see family.
And their channel is called Dad Vlogs, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So
Dad
go
Vlogs.
check that out as well.
And so me and Brittany have just been thinking lately, man. First of all, I miss daily vlogging, just the simpleness of vlogging our day,
Making
not
memories.
even doing anything complicated or trendy, just kind of filming memories. And we kind of want to do that to look back with our daughter and be like, look what we did. And so our question is, we don't really want to create a new YouTube channel. We want to upload on this YouTube channel, the Seed and Sword YouTube channel. So if you guys aren't subscribed, go subscribe. But we want to know, should we keep the channel name Seed and Sword? I know the name doesn't really matter because you're subscribed to a channel because of the content.
Yeah.
But we are thinking Seed and Sword, we really like it. I mean, it's cool. We have the podcast, but should we change it to the Stewart family or
Because then if we changed it, then the ministry videos would just be underneath our name. But
yeah, I mean, because we would still upload these podcasts. So yeah, we wanted to just get your input.
Yeah.
If you guys would put some input down in the comments, we would so appreciate it. We're gonna look at every comment, and we're gonna take it all into consideration. But just know, coming soon is vlogs, and I'm super excited about it. So yeah, I think that's all we got for today. If you guys want to follow us on Instagram, my username is It's Justin Stewart, and Brittany's is It's Brittany Stewart. We got it going on over here.
I can't believe I got that name too. I was like, let me see if that works, and it did, and I was very excited.
That's the app we're on the most. We're posting lots of stories and stuff. But
yes.
Other than that, here's the verse we wanted to share with you guys to close it out. Psalm 139:14. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. So you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And Brittany has something finally to share.
Okay, I know that we all probably know what these mean, but I wanted to still just research, just look up the definition of wonderful. And it says it's inspiring, delight, pleasure, admiration, extremely good, and marvelous.
You're all that.
So we are all that, you guys. That's amazing. And then beautiful. And it says a very high standard, excellent. So I don't know. I just it's good to look, remember or remind yourself what those specific words mean. And because I just feel nowadays beautiful and wonderful and awesome are so watered down by we could say that this mic is beautiful or awesome or, you know what I mean?
It is.
And then it's, you know what I mean? It's just watered down. So anyway, just remember that. You are great.
Yeah, guys. So you guys are going to do amazing things with your God-given abilities. So stay strong and stay confident in that. And we will see you guys on the next podcast. Goodbye.